Hey guys, welcome back to The Wandering Wind. Today I wanted to talk a bit about a story that Boogie298 covered about the Steam store and various questionable games that are getting put up on there, including one that I am not at the liberty to say the name of because obviously I would probably get this video blocked. But I will show the title up here in the corner wherever, as well as an article talking about it. But basically, there was a game made and released on Steam earlier, I think this month, something like that, where you played as a serial killer that during a zombie apocalypse goes around indulging in his pastime. Let's just put it that way, his pastime. And it's been a problem for years that Steam's had more of a hands-off approach when it comes to content direction and even content discretion. However, in this particular case, after finding this particular game on the storefront, because normally they use an algorithm or whatever to bury this kind of stuff well below the surface to the point to where, unless you're actually looking for it, it won't be found. But evidently, for some reason, this particular game did end up getting surfaced, and it did have eyes on it, and it created a big stink. A lot of people were upset about this because of the content that it had. Personally, I am of the opinion that as long as you're not breaking the law, you can have whatever free speech you want, and unfortunately it does cover stuff like this. But I do believe that there is a time and a place for this type of content, and it's not on a mainstream platform like Steam. It's not on a mainstream distribution center like Steam, where there is the possibility that people that don't need to see that kind of content are still going to see it. Because remember, you can hit whatever age you want when you create a profile, and it don't matter. You can put in that you're 21, that you're 18, that you're 5. That's just the way this, well, I think Steam does have a minimum age limit, but still. I do fear for the future of gaming, especially on PCs, because of this, because due to this particular event, this particular situation, the UK especially is looking into the oversight that Steam is implementing regarding games that get put on their store. And if they find it lacking, that could start the beginning of government intervention in video games, which frankly does trouble both Boogie and I, because Boogie said something about it, and I'm saying something about it here. The reason why we had the ESRB, the Electronic Entertainment, or the Entertainment, it's Entertainment Services Ratings Board or something like that, Entertainment Software Ratings Board, is because we wanted to be able to regulate the system of video games and the economy of video games without having government oversight that tells you you can make this but you cannot make that, because as long as it's within the guidelines of the ESRB, then it's not a problem. We've seen this time and time again, though, where people have an issue with certain video games, like Grand Theft Auto a few years ago, when everyone was talking about the hot coffee modification that came out that was buried in the code, but somebody found a way to bring it back out. and other various games that have been controversial in their violence or in their description, their depiction of graphic content that, quite frankly, children shouldn't be seeing, but parents are allowing their kids to buy and play these kinds of games. Frankly, I think it's more, in those cases, it's more on the part of the parent to be a policing force in your child's entertainment practices and entertainment medium. But at the same time, in this particular case, this should have been something that should have never seen the light of day on this particular platform at that high of a level. Even the developers themselves admitted they probably should have just published the game on their website for sale rather than publishing on Steam, because of this exact reason, because of this exact, I mean, it's an adult game, and adult games are not unfindable on Steam. You can find decent and not so decent adult video games on Steam, both for a price and for absolutely nothing. There is an audience for that, and there is a market for that with Steam, but I still think that this crosses a line that I'm drawing, because this kind of content in this kind of fashion is frankly quite just controversial, but also quite contentious and quite inappropriate, especially on a mainstream platform like Steam. And this is one of the main reasons why developers have been switching over from platforms like Steam to the Epic Games Store and other platforms like that, because they feel like if Steam's not going to police their content, police their platform, and they're going to have their games coming up beside or even against games like this that just came up in the news, then they don't want that on their game on that platform, which is understandable. Developers have the choice of going to whatever platform they want, even a platform of their own design, to market and sell their game. That's well within their rights. They don't have to go to Steam just because it's got some of the biggest user base out there. But I digress. What are your thoughts on this situation? Why do you feel that the video game industry is still largely unpoliced in various fields? And what would you do differently going forward when it comes to purchasing your games? Will you stay with Steam if you're a PC gamer, or will you go to a different platform? If you're a console gamer, do you buy violent or M-rated video games, or do you like to stay within the realm of safety with going up no higher than a T-rated game? Let me know down in the comments section below, because I'm pretty curious about what you guys' gaming habits are. Personally, I like stuff like Final Fantasy 15, Skyrim Special Edition, Kingdom Hearts, and Fallout 4. I mean, I play a couple of games like, I was playing 7 Days to Die, but I quickly got bored of that game. But I really don't play a lot of violent video games. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day. Hope you're having a great evening. And if you want to support me for just $1 a month, or $5 a month, or $10 a month, by the way, the $5 and $10 are if you want your name on one of the characters in my game, then you can hit that link down in the description below to go to my Patreon page, and you can support me every month for as little as $1 a month, and I would appreciate it so much. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, I'll be back when the day is new, and I'll have more ideas for you, and you'll have things you'll want to talk about. I will too, because it's you I like. Thanks for watching.